Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, Jerusalem, capital of Israel. We are December 6, 2017. Scripture references out of Zechariah 12, verse 2, part A. Behold, I am going to make Jerusalem a cup that causes reeling to all the peoples around. And here we are, December 6, 2017. President Donald Trump has authorized congressional legislation from 1995 to proclaim Jerusalem as the undivided capital of Israel. He has also initiated plans to move the United States Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And today, President Trump has made it official. And here's a quote from President Trump. Jerusalem is the capital of the Jewish people established in ancient times. Today, Jerusalem is the seat of Israel's government. Again, that's a quote for President Trump. And Jerusalem as a capital of Israel goes back 3,000 years to the time of King David. The city was captured from the Jebusites in 2 Samuel 5 by David. Now, going back to June of 2017, the United States Senate unanimously voted 90-0. The resolution urges, quote, President and all United States officials to abide by the 1995 Jerusalem Embassy Act. And the bill stated the following. Jerusalem should remain the undivided capital of Israel in which rights of every ethnic and religious group are protected. There has been continuous Jewish presence in Jerusalem for 3 millennia. Jerusalem is a holy city and home for people of the Jewish, Muslim, and Christian faiths. And again, that's per the United States Senate, who actually agreed on something 90-0. So that ought to tell you quite a bit. Next thing I have here, this is from all of this is from Twitter. Different tweets I've picked up, links provided. This is Amir Tabone. He is an Israeli journalist covering Washington, D.C. for Haaretz newspaper. And he managed to get a copy of the memorandum that President Trump authorized. And I'll let you guys read that. And it's, this goes back to the Jerusalem Embassy Act of 1995. It's public law in the United States. And the law was passed by the 104th Congress on October 23, 1995. So, we're going back, 22 years? And the law states the U.S. Embassy in Israel should be moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. The law states Jerusalem is to be an undivided city. Jerusalem is also recognized as the capital of Israel. And this law was to be enacted by May 31st, 1999. So they were hoping to get this done within, quote, 4 years. Well, nowhere close. Now, if you're interested, I have a link provided to congress.gov of the actual public law itself. So, and again, is what you're looking at. You're looking at a copy of the memorandum that authorized the president by the Constitution and laws of the U.S., and it refers to the Jerusalem Embassy Act of 95, and the public law stated, hey, let's move forward with proclaiming Jerusalem as the capital and set into motion moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and this is per his Twitter account. On this is a link to a 2-minute, 20-second clip he made proclaiming and praising Trump's comments. Netanyahu welcomed and encouraged other countries to join the United States and move their embassy to Jerusalem. Now, again, you can find his comments. This is off of Twitter, or you could also go to YouTube, and those comments are there as well. So you can see this in a couple of different places. Go to his Twitter homepage. It's one of the first things that is up. And the interesting thing about it, I believe the Czech Republic has even proclaimed, following the United States, claiming West Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Now, prior to this announcement yesterday, Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas contacted Russian President Vladimir Putin, Moroccan King Mohammed, Pope Francis, French President Emmanuel Macron, Jordan's King Abdullah to stop President Trump's intentions. So that didn't really seem to help. Which leads us to the religion of peace, and they have predictably responded with threats of war and violence. President Trump has been told there's no seat at the, quote, peace table if he moves forward as promised. Abdu Radunai, Palestinian advisor, indicated the gravity of the consequences for the peace process and security and stability in the region and the world. I don't know what he's really trying to say there. He's upset, can't complete a sentence. Palestinian Nabil Sha'ath, he's another Abbas advisor, totally destroys any chance that he can play a role as an honest broker. So he's threatening to cut Trump away from the peace table. And in honor of President Trump's declaration, Hamas has declared 3 days of rage instead of the usual 1 day. And Jerusalem, for its part, and the nation of Israel are expecting violence. And so you can go to jpost.com. Trump calls Abbas on the eve of potential embassy move. Well, we now know that's true. It did happen. And the thing, this all comes back to 1 Kings 11, verse 36. And this is around the time of, Saul, David, Solomon as kings of Israel. 1 Kings 11, verse 36. But to his son I will give one tribe, that my servant David may have a lamp always before me in Jerusalem, the city where I have chosen for myself to put my name. So the bottom line, God has declared Jerusalem as his capital for his people, Israel. And Jesus will reign from that throne. That's what this is saying. And that was written roughly 1,000 years before Christ. And here we are 3,000 years later. And that's today's news. So, interesting times. And, when that was written, they were probably looking forward, saw Solomon's temple and thought that was fulfilled. What they didn't understand is there would be a few bumps in the road, and 3,000 years later, we would be talking about this again. And we're waiting on his son to come back and rule and reign, and that's where we are in time. Appears to be getting closer. At any rate, appreciate you guys taking the time to follow this. If you're interested, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com, keyword Jerusalem, Israel, capital. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.